No, this is not the video lagging. This is what happens to my phone when I play outside in the heat. And this is what happens to me when I play outside in the heat. But before I get into the second day of GoFest, which was when I made the dumb decision of playing outside in what feels like 42-degree weather, let me cover my first day of GoFest, which was actually really lovely. On the first day of GoFest, we had planned in our local community to go to one of the largest malls in the region. This is Mall of Oman in Muscat. And we decided to meet up here because we needed somewhere big to play with a lot of Pokestops and quite a few gyms and also a decent amount of spawns, but it was key for us to find somewhere where we could play indoors because Oman is a really hot country and it's so hot right now. And the GoFest timings are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., which are the hottest hours. Like, if it had gone into the evening a little bit, maybe I would have chosen to play outside in the evening. But we decided it would be best to play this whole first day in this mall, and there was a lot of going back and forth, walking in circles. As you can see, we lured up the entire mall, but even with all those lures, we were running out of spawns pretty quickly. Luckily, the nice thing about going to one place and playing together is we were able to defeat all the raids pretty easily because we had a decent sized group and everyone was inviting, so most of our raid lobbies were full, so these primal raids were pretty easy to do. The mall itself is beautiful. It's brand new and very modern. You can see in the videos I was taking how shiny and nice it is. But most of us got there 10 a.m. sharp and we played all 8 hours, so you could probably guess we got really tired. Anyways, getting into the spawns. Spawns were okay. The shiny odds for me, for some reason, I felt like they were not that great. I had a few shinies that I really wanted from this event. The main two I really wanted was the Pikachu with the pink crown, and I wanted the Snorlax. Those were the two that were the most important for me. Spoiler alert, the game hates me and did not want to give me the shiny Pikachu with the pink crown. I got every single Pikachu shiny except for the one with the pink crown. But aside from my horrible shiny odds, I really enjoyed a lot of the spawns, especially some of the regional spawns like Pachirisu. I focused on getting Pachirisu so much, and I really like that Carbink spawning from Incense. And I got Carnivine for the first time. I finally registered that to my Pokedex, so that was fun. And as someone who's really into PvP, I really appreciated the Lickitung spawns and the Miltank spawns and the Heracrosses. That was really nice. And also the Pawniard spawns from Incense. Those were also nice if you wanted good PvP IVs. But what I didn't like were the catch rates. It felt like the catch rates were so low. All of these Pokemon were taking like 10 Pokeballs to get caught, like especially the Miltanks. Those were so hard to catch. And the Audinos, and don't get me started on the Metagrosses. Those were taking like 30 Pokeballs of Metagross. Anyways, here's a little bit of footage from the food court where I caught my shiny Gumi, my first shiny Gumi. I was so excited for this one because I really wanted this one. And I wanted to show you this footage because this pillar is actually a gym in the mall and it's one of my favorite nominations. I think it's so pretty. I think we actually spent most of our time in this food court because there's a gym, there's a lot of good spawns there, and there's places to sit and eat. But yeah, I caught my shiny Gumi there, which is nice. Oh, there was also a showcase there, but I did not win the showcase for sure. I think I came in 8th place. These were the Metagrosses that were really hard to catch. They were taking all my Pokeballs and I wanted them because they're a 3rd evolution and there was a Stardust bonus, and if you caught these, they would give you a lot of Stardust. In hindsight, actually, if I caught a bunch of other Pokemon rather than wasting all my Pokeballs on this, I think I would have gotten more Stardust. But yeah, these were a pain, and I know my throws aren't the best. It's because I was carrying 2 phones and I was carrying an energy drink in my hand. Oh, also these carving spawns were giving me a nightmare because every time I would go and tap on one, I would either tap on a different Pokemon or it would disappear, or my Go Plus would get to it first and it would run away. And every time one of them ran away from me because I was looking forward to this Pokemon the most, I would feel so devastated. I know it's not that big of a deal, But yeah, it kind of sucked when one of these ran away from me, especially since I was looking for a good IV one. And I needed to take every chance I could get at getting XLs for this thing, because this thing needs 296 XLs to power up fully for Great League. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer when I would miss one. But here's the Diancie animation, by the way. I thought it was really cute. You probably haven't seen it if you weren't a ticket holder, but usually they would put the mythical in the ticket for the Go Fest, and then maybe like a year later, they'll make it available for everyone else. So if you're free to play, don't worry, it'll come for you guys in the future. So you'll be able to get your own Diancie as well. Mine sucked. Mine was a 2-star. I always get really unlucky with these mythicals. Anyways, moving on, I was like really shiny checking these Pikachus. I really wanted a shiny of every single one. Oh look, another Carbink. Is it gonna run away from us? It almost did something. I don't know, it lagged, it froze when I went to tap on it. The next day, by the way, I run into so many glitches, it's insane. Oh, by the way, I managed to catch myself a shiny Helioptile. It's such a pretty color. To my left here is actually an indoor ski area. I wish I took more footage of that, but I was trying my best to avoid filming others out of respect for everyone else's privacy. So I only filmed in the mall when it was empty. Hey, look at that! I caught myself the second shiny Pikachu. This one is with the yellow crown, and then right after that, when the habitat rotated, I managed to catch myself one with a blue crown. So that's 3 out of 4 for the shiny Pikachus, and it was nearing the end of the day, so I was just hoping that the next day I would be able to catch myself a pink one. Maybe my shiny odds would be a little bit luckier. But yeah, here's my haul for the first day. Like I said, I focused mostly on the Pachirisus, the Carbinks, Miltanks. I focused a lot on Snorlax, and I caught quite a bit of Carnivines actually. I wasn't too focused on them, but you know, they're a regional that aren't available to me, so of course I'm gonna catch a bunch, and I'm gonna keep a few to trade to whoever doesn't have it maybe in the future. In terms of shinies, I only got 9, even though I played all 8 hours, and like, I didn't put the game down. I didn't want to miss out on anything, but I only got 9. Everyone else around me seemed to be getting like double-digit shinies. Like, I know someone who got like 20 plus, so I was really surprised that I didn't get that many. The Joltik was nice. That was a new shiny. The Audino, however, I had from last Go Fest, so that was something old. Moving on to day 2, my local community had decided for day 2 that they would go out in cars and do as many raids as they could from their cars because, again, it's a really hot country and you can't really play outside. Me, on the other hand, I don't have a car, and, well, I decided to play alone because a taxi would be too expensive, and also, I really like playing in this area even though it's too hot. I was willing to make it work because there's so many good spawns here, and also all of the gyms, there's like about 12 gyms here that are walking distance, so it was perfect for me if the weather was not as hot. So I took my ice pack and I got my 3 phones and I went out on foot to catch all these Pokemons. Now you'll see a bunch of glitches start to happen. First glitch is here where I'm trying to catch Goomy. The Pokeball was sticking to the screen, and then you're gonna see here that also there's like some tapping going on where I can't tap the screen because basically what happened was the screen got wet because the ice pack I was carrying melted on the phone. So I was struggling a little bit with catching Pokemon here. But like I said, I wanted to make it work, and I'm gonna show you some really nice footage of this area. This is like a really nice area in Muscat. It's called El Moj, and I'm gonna show you some videos of it throughout this video. This right here is my absolute favorite place to grind Pokemon Go. As you can see, there's absolutely no one around, not a single person in sight. Why? Because I'm the only crazy person around who would go out in this heat and play outside. Now, the glitches are coming. I mean, they already came, but there's gonna be more in the video. But before we get to that, let me show you some of my absolute favorite Pokestops and Pokestop nominations in this area. There's this really pretty place with like a vase and a water fountain. I'm gonna take you there now and show you guys. It's this Pokestop here. This is actually one of my nominations that was accepted, I think, a year ago, like a year and a half ago. But yeah, there's so many nice things to see in this area. It's so beautiful, such a nice place to come and take a walk. And I mean, look at that view. Who wouldn't want to come and play Pokemon Go here? I mean, the sun is telling me to go home and my phone is almost overheating here, but yeah, look at this vase. It's so pretty. This is one of my favorite Pokestop nominations here. This box in the middle is also a nomination, and this little fountain here on the steps is also another Pokestop. But now you see why I wanted to play here. Again, it's really hot. But now you'll see the ice pack that I was talking about. I was holding it in my hand against my phone. At this point, I think I was out for only like 30 minutes and it had fully melted. So it wasn't doing its job anymore here. But I just needed it to last me a little bit longer because here I finally catch the shiny Snorlax that I've been looking for so long, and the walk in the heat was so worth it for this thing. This is my favorite shiny from this event, and I'm so happy I got it. Look at it, it's so pretty, but like the IVs, don't even look at the IVs. Just let's look at this shiny Snorlax and be happy with that. Maybe I'll mirror lucky trade it in the future, who knows. Now the focus of day 2 is on raiding, not so much catching. So here I'm actually on my way to a Rayquaza raid that spawned around the corner here. You'll see it in the end of this footage. Even though I was by myself, I ended up doing about 17 in-person raids for Rayquaza. This is because I was finding it pretty easy to invite people to these raids. So like the application that I use to host raids is PokeGenie. And while it seemed like there were so many lobbies open, so at one point there was like 1,000 lobbies open, the queue times were actually pretty quick because yes, there were a lot of open lobbies, but there were also so many people joining for these Mega Rayquazas because everyone wanted them. So here's one of the Mega Rayquaza raids that I did. You can see I had a 12-man lobby, so 10 people invited, and then me and my alt account. By the way, excuse the Pokemon you're seeing in this raid. I have so much better, but I hadn't revived them from the previous raid, and I was juggling so many things. And on top of that, I was dealing with a phone that was overheating, so we're going in with Ultra League. Ultra League CP Pokemon versus a raid boss. And actually here when my final Pokemon faints, I faced this glitch that I've been facing in almost every raid battle I did on that day. This glitch almost cost me like several raid passes, especially in the raids where there wasn't much time left. I had to get back in really quickly and hope that I could still catch the Pokemon after it was defeated. There was one raid that had like 2 minutes left on it, and it almost didn't let me go back into the catch screen to catch the Pokemon. Lucky for us, this raid had quite a bit of time left on it, so I was able to catch it, get back in, and this is actually the best Rayquaza I caught on that day. It's a 98, 15, 14, 15. Pretty good. I want to show you guys another one of my favorite places to grind in this area. This is like one of the central places in the marina. It has great spawns and Pokestops, and I'll show you in the video in just a bit. There's like a nice fountain there, and usually if you go in the evening, the fountain will be turned on and there will be a lot of people, but like I said, I went in like the hottest time during the day and there was absolutely no one there. It's this fountain, actually, this Pokestop that I just spun. And look at that, we found a shiny Scyther there. There's the fountain in the video. It's not turned on because there's no one there, so there's no point turning it on. It's usually turned on at night and it lights up blue. It's really nice. That shiny Scyther is a nice little souvenir from that area. That's good. That's a good catch. It's also a new shiny for me. It's the first time I get it. But things go downhill from here because it's like 2 p.m. now and it's so hot. And of course I find one of the nicest shinies when my phone is about to crash and when my phone is having like a mental breakdown because it's like, can we please just go home? It's too hot here for me. So what I did was I shut off the recording and I had an iced tea that I was carrying in my hand. I put it on my phone. I waited for my phone to cool off a bit. I caught the Gumi and then I went home. Around this time, actually, my dad was coming home from work and he has a car, so when he got back home, I was able to take the car for a little drive and catch a few Pokemon with my Go Plus. But gas is expensive, so I only went out for like 25 minutes and then I came back home. And there was still like an hour and a half left of Go Fest, so I really had to make a decision if I wanted to continue playing outside or if I wanted to go somewhere and play indoors. And there's this indoor shopping center that's really close by. It's quite a small shopping center, very tiny, with like a supermarket. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go there and I'm gonna walk around in circles, put on my incense, I'm gonna lure up the 2 Pokestops that are there, and I'm gonna play as much as I can for the remaining hour and a half. And there's 2 gyms there, luckily, so I was actually able to do a few more Rayquaza raids there too as well. So I managed to catch the shiny Pawniard, which was another one of the shinies I was really looking forward to, and it was last minute, so I was really happy with that one. For some reason, my shiny odds there were pretty good. I also caught a shiny Cottony. I can't remember if I caught any shinies afterwards, but yeah, we were just walking around in circles trying to catch as many Pokemon as we could in the final few minutes of this event. Oh, and by the way, the game still didn't want to give me the shiny Pikachu with the pink crown. I was still looking for that everywhere. So while the shopping center is pretty small, the area actually has a lot of Pokestops and gyms, and I was able to put my Pokemon in some of the showcases there. And one of the nice things about playing GoFest alone is you get to put your Pokemon and be alone in all of the showcases. So I won all of those rank 1. I didn't get the best rewards from them, but hey, at least we got something. Anyways, here's the pink crown Pikachu. I finally traded for it. My friend had a few extras, and I'm so glad he spared me one. We also got this rank 6 Pawniard, which is nice. And I caught a rank 4 Carbink. I'm so glad I didn't have to trade for that. It was going to give me a nightmare if I didn't get a good one. We also caught this Shadow Snorlax with the cowboy hat. That was pretty cool. I actually didn't know it existed. I caught it last minute as well. It was like in the last hour. Shiny Snorlax with the cowboy hat also. I caught a shiny Miltank that was rank 50 for Great League, so that was pretty good. But second day we also caught only 9 Pokemon, so in total I got 18 from the whole event. But yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. That was my whole GoFest. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and in the comments I would love to hear your GoFest experiences as well. If you guys like my videos, please consider subscribing and maybe leaving a like on the videos. It helps me out a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!